I am Leanne in the Zoo studio. Some good shows going on tonight, in case you haven't heard. And actually, we got one of the players in the studio right now, Matisyahu. How are you, Matis?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. We're
Nice.
ready for a great Saturday night show at the Saenger Theater.
Yeah.
So we've got this new song, "Step Out into the Light," and you just released it. And you've got a new record coming, in May?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, that's a long preparation. Have you actually finished the record?
Oh, yeah, the record. We came off tour after being on the road for about 2 years and went right into the studio and basically just took a lot of the improvisations and some of the music we've been making on tour, developing the sound, and then wrote songs, recorded a record, and got it done really quick, a couple of months. It's the most focused I've ever been with a record. Usually it's something that comes together over time. It could be a year, or more, not of intensive, but over time, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this time was like very focused and to the point, and we're really excited about it.
Now, you said you produced the record yourselves with the band?
Yeah, that's right. Me and the band, we self-produced the record. We wrote the songs ourselves. We recorded it in Brooklyn with friends of ours at Studio G. Joel Hamilton mixed the record, and it's a sort of in-house production type of thing. Yeah.
Okay, and in listening to the new song, the one song I got to hear anyway, it seems kind of really introspective and personal. Is that the way the rest of the record is, or am I just hearing something that's...
Yeah, all the lyrics are, for the most part, pretty introspective, I would say. Yeah.
More so than usual?
I mean, I feel like most of my lyrics are that way. I have been that way over the course of time. For the most part, it's usually what I come back to. And
were there certain influences that came about for this record, or the writing of it?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of the music that I've just been listening to as of late has been very influential on me. And then basically, what we've tried to do is try to just sort of cross genres and not really be concerned with what genre the music is in, and really sort of blending different things together. So that's the bottom line for me, is about taking things from different places and blending them together to create, this unique sound that we've been able to achieve on this record.
That's what we really love about your records, the different genres, and you combine them together so masterfully that it just makes it entertaining to listen to over and over. What were you listening to, as far as you were saying you were listening to different kinds of music? What kind of artists were you listening to at the time? I
mean, I guess the first artist that popped into my head of like the records over the last year or so that I've been really into is like Vince Staples' record, Summertime '06. There's a reggae artist named Popcorn that I listen to. The Bon Iver record, his latest record. What other artists? Flume, the latest Flume record. So really across the board, everything from like gangster rap to, electronic to singer-songwriter,
Any country?
Rock. Not really country. It's just never really called my name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
The closest I came to that was, and there was a movie called Inside Llewelyn Davis. So the Coen brothers had asked me to try out for the role.
Really?
Yeah, and I got to actually so I had to sing one song, and it was like, "Hang me, oh hang me, and I'll be dead and gone." It was good. I like that was the first time I really got an appreciation for it. I was like, "Oh, this would be really beautiful." The older stuff type of thing.
So did the song end up on the soundtrack or anything?
I mean, no, I didn't
movie?
get the role, but I got to record it and send it to them. They got to hear it, so that was cool.
Well, it's a great way to experience country music, or
yeah,
different avenues of life.
That's true.
Well, listen, we got the new song, and I want to play it. Can you give us a background of the song, or what's inspired it? Or
sure. This is the first song on the record. I'm not sure which one you're playing, but we have the full length song is about 8 minutes long. And that's most of the songs. It's going to come out as a double LP. So it's the songs tend to come in around 8-9 minutes long on this record.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a little bit like journeys, and it's the band. There isn't a lot of bells and whistles or special guests. It has a real flavor to it, though. I think people seem to dig it, and it's fun to play. We've been playing it live. We'll play it live tonight.
And you played it live when you were recording it too, right?
Yeah. I mean, we have some overdubs on it, but it's all been done, live as a band.
We like
in the
that.
studio.
It's Matisyahu. He is playing live tonight at Saenger Theater, and there'll still be some tickets available, I believe. You can get them, I guess, at the door, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. So let's check out the new track from Matisyahu. It's called Step Out Into the Light, and it's on 92 Zoo, the sound of Mobile.
Take me through stormy seas till my feet hit the ground. Hit the ground running, hit the town humming. Ancient melodies come back to me now. Come back to me now. Ancient melodies come back to me now. Come back. Stop and ask the question. Like Nachman, I lose the vision. Enter to the fog. Driving down this mountain to the ocean floor. Where you've never gone before. Open up the door to a room you've chosen to ignore. Swimming in the ocean of fear. You've been swimming in the ocean of fear. Through the unknown and the unclear. Through the unknown and the unclear. Fear of your life, fear of your life. Could open as tight as this world that you made. Examine inside. Take up and take out. Shake up and shake out. Shake it off. Gotta shake up the vibe. You've been traveling the speed of light. You've been searching. You've been moving all of your life. You've been reaching. You've been running out of sight. You've been seeking. Disappearing into the light. Into the light you've been taken to. Now you're digging up the gravestone, breaking up the glass house that you crave, breaking up the paved road that you made, entering the maze, fear of the strange, fear of the waves as they crash. One son of a longing once felt like a trophy that you won and kept it on the mantle. Time to dismantle, get a handle, taking off your sandals, lighting up the candles. Now you're living in shambles. Ramble on with the bros, ramble on with the pros. Cons can't hack it with my jacket. Causing a racket, take a crack and crackle, tackling competition with the mission, living with the vision, or touch the moonlight. Wake up and walk out, take up and take out, shake up and shake out, shake it off, gotta shake up the vibe. You've been traveling the speed of light, you've been searching. You've been moving all of your life, you've been reaching. You've been running out of sight, you've been seeking. Disappearing into the light you've been taken to. You've been traveling the speed of light, you've been searching. You've been moving all of your life, you've been reaching. You've been running out of sight, you've been seeking. Disappearing into the light you've been taken to.
So there, you heard it here first. Brand new music from Matisyahu. That is Step Out Into the Light, which undoubtedly you'll probably be performing tonight, all right?
That's right.
So I was reading this really interesting article, and I know a lot of people probably asked you about it. I've talked about it on the air once in a while, but this really cool incident in Hawaii when you happened to be at a club and
Yeah.
the busker there started singing your song
Yeah.
and didn't even know that was you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're in the coffee shop, and the guy was just singing for some dollars, one day. I started singing with him.
That video is hilarious. I love
funny,
it.
yeah.
I mean, but then following up on that, I guess you wanted him to play at one of your gigs.
Yeah, we brought him to L.A. I mean, he was on parole. He had some issue with courts, and they actually let him come to L.A. And we flew him to L.A. for our show and had brought him out to sing one day on stage with us at the Palladium, I think it was.
He must have just been over the top of the
Yeah,
moon.
he was psyched. He was so happy.
Wow, that's Matisyahu. What a friendly fellow he is. Again, Matisyahu, he is playing live tonight at the Saenger Theater. And, one thing, I don't know if I should ask about it on the air, but I'm really curious about the the Orthodox Jewish thing, and you always wore the garb. And in the last, 5 years or so, you kind of changed.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, are you still Jewish or still Orthodox?
Yeah, Jewish is not something that it's it's not really just a religion. It's also like a culture, and it's not something you can, choose to be or not really to be. It's kind of more of a cultural thing. It's like who you are, but the religious aspect of it, yeah, I definitely went through a shift and have kind of moved a little bit, away from that.
So now, because I don't know a lot of Jewish people in the Judaism format, if you will, but I do know there's like super white Jewish people, then there's Israeli Jewish people, and there's Orthodox Jewish people. Is Judaism kind of like Christianity where you just have different sects with certain beliefs, or how does that work?
It's similar and different. It's similar in that there's, from the religious aspect of it, there's different perspectives. But in terms of the rules and regulations that people follow. But in terms of like what you're talking about is there's Ashkenaz and Sephardic Jews. So, the Jews started out in Israel, and then after the destruction of the temple, went into what's called, where they basically were just like roaming, basically. And so Jews ended up in Scandinavia, Jews ended up in Germany, in Poland, in Russia, Jews ended up in Asia, Jews ended up everywhere in the world. Now, the ones that held like onto the Orthodox religion, you'll see like a lot of the customs and religions are very similar all the way through. So they're going to read the same section of the Torah every week, and down to a T, every letter in the Torah has to be exactly the same, and a lot of the laws. So there was sort of a split between Jews that went to Europe and then Jews that went to Spain and North Africa. And that's why some Jews have maybe darker complexion, different look. Those are what's called Sephardic Jews. And then there's the Ashkenazic Jews that ended up in Europe and further up north. So.
Okay. I've just always, little things I've wondered about. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'd like to learn about different cultures. Yeah. Once again, I'd like to thank Matisyahu for coming in the Zoo studio and talking about the new record. And the show tonight is going to be full, big, and feeling good, right? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to playing, being back here in Mobile. And you should come check it out. It's a different, the band and the music and the approach that we take to the music is a bit different now from how it has been in the past, and so I think you really appreciate it if you come. Thank you guys for having us on the station.
92 Zoo, your concert connection. Online at 92zoo.net and the Zoo mobile app. 92 Zoo, the sound of Mobile.